started to write this essay for my therapy session. The floodgates just opened up. I wrote, I cried, I really had to sit back sometimes and close my eyes and really feel what it was like going back and putting that on paper. So it really helped me therapeutically, and even with my writing, it helped me. I was raised in foster care. From the ages of 4 to 18, I was abandoned by my mother the day before my 4th birthday. And before that, I was severely abused by the same woman. And from there, I grew up in foster homes till I was 18. And at one point, there was one year I moved probably 13 times in a 12-month period. I think the hardest was my brother, Kenny. Kenny and I we had a bond that was so deep, and it always hurt knowing that I didn't know where he was at, if he was okay. When we were real little and we were with our mom, my older brother was my protector. For some reason, I was the focus of my mom's anger most of the time, and my brother would step in and he would get a beating or take a beating for me. I want the reader to feel what I felt. I want the reader to see what I saw, and to literally be there with me as I was going through these situations and so forth. One story was, I was probably 5 or 6. I was at a Catholic children's home, and there was a nun there that was really, really old to me. And I always thought she was 100 years old, and she was real fast, and she didn't work with us kids, she worked in the laundry. And every day I'd see her walk past me. She always walked real fast. She reminded me kind of the rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. And I would ask her, "How old are you?" And she'd say, "As old as my pinky." And I'd say, "Well, how old is your pinky?" And she said she couldn't tell me. And it was a secret. And she'd walk off real fast. And one day she was walking, and I was feeling really, really sad, and I didn't understand why I was in these children's homes. I didn't understand why I didn't have a mom and dad. Why didn't anybody love me? And I think Sister felt that and stopped me that day and said, "You know, Sherry, did you know your name was written in the good book?" And I didn't know what that meant. And she said, "Do you know what the good book is?" And I said, "No." And she told me that it was a special book that God has for children like me, and He loves me. And at that moment, I just felt so good. Someone loves me, and I was just ecstatic, and I was so happy. And I've never forgotten that story, and it's always stayed with me. It is written for anyone, no matter what age you are, that is feeling like they've had it bad, that they feel hopeless, that they can't go on. Maybe it's someone who's being abused. It's for anyone in walk of life who's having it difficult to know that it's gonna get better. It's gonna be okay. You can make it through, and you have to want that, and you have to work at it. It's not gonna be easy, but you can do it.